You guys, I started 2023 with rose-colored glasses, you could say. I was ready to really get things going, start hitting my goal list, and one of those items is to cook at home a lot more, really be conscious of our food budget and buying groceries that we need, things like that. So here I am just using up some sausage that I had purchased actually before the new year, and making a really, really delicious Alfredo pasta dinner. What I did not really do is get the appropriate size pans to make this dinner. So in addition to making a really delicious dinner, I made a really big mess in the kitchen. You'll see both pans I picked were terrible sizes. Anyway, one thing I do, my cooking expertise here, is to get all the sauce out of the jar. I use some leftover pasta water, which is what you're supposed to use if you add water, and I shake it all up, and then that gets all the sauce out of the jar. So kind of genius. So again, you can see that size pan is not doing me any favors as my spinach melts down. Another one of my goals for the year is to be adding vegetables to every single meal. So spinach is one of my go-tos. I love how it wilts down in dishes. I'll eat it for breakfast. I'll eat it for really any meal. And in this case, it just made a big mess. Saw this little cheese bread at Walmart and thought, oh, perfect. We'll add, that as part of our dinner, kind of a garlic bread. So we ate our dinner. It was delicious. I loved it. Now on to the mess. So I had to pick up the chunks of spinach that fell. Super happy. I had just cleaned the side countertop that has my hot cocoa station in it. Just had to clean it again. But, I digress. Anyway, focused on getting this stovetop clean. Now, I one time sat in a training at a networking meeting where we brought in a feng shui expert, and one of the things I took from her is that one of the things you should always have cleaned before you go to bed is your stovetop, and that is supposed to bring in prosperity. So in addition to shining my sink this year, I plan on making sure my stovetop is nice and shiny as well. In addition to that, a few things I took from her training, and this was years ago, you guys, was that not only are you supposed to keep your stovetop clean, you also need to make sure you use all 4 of the burners. And I can't remember what it was, but I remember she really emphasized these 2 points about the kitchen and the stovetop, keeping it clean and making sure you use all 4 burners. We tend to use 1 burner, and I know for me that's true. It's the biggest burner on the left side, the left front burner, because I just know how to use that heat element. Anyway, make sure the stovetop is shiny, making sure my sink is shiny before I go to bed, and I'm ready to start this year on the right foot is what I was ready to do. Feeling good, getting the countertop cleared off. Again, I still have some Christmas stuff out that I'm just getting, put away, mainly some hand wash items that are covered in glitter, because anything that sparkles is a decoration I'm going to put out. And that's those hand wash right there. So just getting things cleared out. Already picked up some Valentine's thing treats. And all that Jell-O is actually for one of my son's Christmas gifts he got. It's this little Jell-O mold thing. So I got some different flavors for us to use for that. So I'm getting the kitchen ready to go. I'm ready to start the new year on the right foot. Good morning. It is January 3rd, and I have quite the list of things that I want to accomplish in January. I've been working on these lists since before Christmas, and right now they're just lists. Like, I haven't really gotten this huge focus of where to start. And it started to make me feel a little discouraged this morning because I woke up again having this huge list of all the things I want to accomplish in the new year. And because I don't really have this focus, I haven't really gotten my morning started. I've had a cup of coffee. I did a little bit of work. Did a little bit of TikTok scrolling, a little bit of YouTube scrolling. Have not accomplished much, and my whole plan is that mornings between 5:30 and 7:30 is my main time to get things done. It is now 7:47, and I've done a lot of TikTok scrolling and things that didn't help me towards anything that is actually in my plan. Now, does that mean that I should just scrap everything that I wanted to do? No. And that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is I just need to find my focus. And today was going to be the first day. We're getting back into our normal schedule. It's back to school day. Off of the holidays, I am just a little discombobulated. I don't have a focus. I am lacking focus, and all I want to do is find my focus. So I started taking down Christmas, and the house is starting to look like, I love Christmas. I love Christmas, but once it's done, suddenly it just feels like a cluttered mess. And I'm starting to get back into getting everything cleared out. I do have some main points I'm trying to work on, and I feel like I can make this work. So I'm going to just take some time to just find my focus. And with that, once I find my focus, I'll be sharing the journey along with you. Now, one of the main things I will tell you is decluttering is still like the top of my list, because I have found just having clutter, having so much stuff really is bogging me down. So I will tell you for sure 15 minutes of decluttering per day is on the list, and I have done it so far. I counted taking down all the Christmas stuff and getting it put away right, because that took several hours. I counted that as decluttering because it massively just cleared the space. And it's like helping me start with my regular life canvas. So I know that we're working on that. I know my health is at the top. So I've got decluttering, my health. I think decluttering really ties into the health thing. But today I'm going to just find my focus, find where we're starting, start small. I'm kind of reverting to Fly Lady's method of 31 days of just building up some basic habits, and we're gonna go from there. So join me later today when we are supposed to be having a onslaught of tons of snow, and we'll go from there. Making a plan. 2023 is gonna be a good one, and I know it. I feel it. Anyway, I think that door's about to open, and I have a kiddo coming out, so I gotta make breakfast. See you in a bit. Good morning. So as I mentioned, getting my health journey back on track is really important to me in 2023. And one of the reasons that I feel I have not been doing my workouts as frequently as I was is because I turned on the TV that we had in the gym one day, and it completely blew out, it broke. So we needed to get a new one. So my husband found an old TV that we had. So he put that new TV or old TV up for me so I would have something in there, which is just really helpful for me. So kind of like one excuse that I was maybe using is no longer on the table. The other thing I was trying to do is there are 3 lights that have been out for quite a while. So this room must get really bright. At least I'm hoping that it does. So I tried to replace the light bulbs, but when I pulled out an old light bulb, I realized I need to purchase some specific light bulbs for that. So wasn't able to finish that task, and my step stool didn't get me close to the other two. They're too high in the ceiling. So learned that I got to get those ordered. Now I am really focusing on one of my goals of doing yoga every single day for at least 5 minutes, because I have read many things that if you do something even for 5 minutes, you tell yourself at the end of 5 minutes, I can quit. Usually that's all your brain needs to actually get it started, and you give yourself permission that at the end of 5 minutes, if you're exhausted, go ahead and quit. But a lot of times your brain's like, oh, this feels really good, I'm going to continue doing it. So that is one of my big goals. And yoga, I just love for that mobility and flexibility. And I've just been feeling really stiff lately. So that's why yoga is on the table for at least 5 minutes for me right now. So as I wrap up the day, January 3rd, I'm shining the sink, cleaning up the kitchen. What I didn't know is that before midnight, my son would wake up very, very sick. So I would spend that night after cleaning up, being sick, sleeping on the floor and taking care of him until early morning when my husband came up. And he was up doing laundry, cleaning sheets and everything all night and helping get everything set up. And then he took over laying by my son, and I went and slept on the couch for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So it was a rough night. Now, the morning you're seeing is actually the next day. And the next day, my husband went out and plowed like 2 feet of snow. Got it all cleaned up, came inside and said, I'm not really feeling good. And within a couple hours, he too became very, very sick. So him and my son right now, while I'm doing dishes and cleaning, because I have not gotten sick yet, they are laying in bed napping. And it's actually during the nap that my husband realizes he is now also sick. He just wasn't feeling great when he went to go lay down, and my son went with him because he's obviously still sick as well. So what I will leave you with on this part of the being sick is we thought it would just be a couple days. My son was sick for 6 days, and my husband has been sick for 7 days since, respectively, the two of them getting ill. I did not feel well for several days, but I did not get sick the way they got sick. So somehow I managed to avoid the real icky sickness. But I did spend 4 days in total sleeping on a little makeshift bed with a sleeping bag on the floor next to our couch with my son. And in that, we also did many, many loads of towels and sheets and blankets, lots and lots of laundry in the last week. And really every single goal, every single routine I was hoping to really start the first week of January, they all got put on the wayside because there's more important things going on in our house, and that was making sure everybody got healthy. So I talked at the beginning, I had no focus. Coming out of everybody getting sick and not feeling well, not only did I not so much have focus, but I also had developed a bit of discouraged feelings towards everything, because I thought I would be, 12 days into routines and really feeling the vibe and really getting in there, but I just wasn't. So with that, one of the things that I did do a deep clean of was my coffee maker, only because it told me it needed to be cleaned and it wouldn't work without it. So I descaled the coffee maker. I was looking for filters that I thought I had purchased a big package of, but I couldn't find them. So I am purchasing additional coffee filters right there. I was ordering them on Amazon, and just moving things down. Christmas has just been moved. Anything that hasn't been put away for Christmas is down in that bar area right now. And as I speak, it's still there. I haven't gotten to it. And we've done 2 days of laundry. The first night my son got sick, my husband literally was up all night on and off, like get up, change the laundry. He was doing laundry all night, sheets, blankets, because unfortunately my son got sick in one bed. We moved to another, and that bed also got sick in. So, and that's how we ended up on the couch, and I was on the floor. So, I took the opportunity of them taking a nap to get as much done as I could. This is a project I've been wanting to work on, and I actually have a full video planned for this laundry room project. But one of the things on that list was to get all this cleaning supplies and kitty litter, which is in the cabinet closest to us right now, moved over to the further away cabinet. Because we don't go in there as much. And I had blankets in that other cabinet, but we didn't really access them. So I pulled them all out, got to find a new place for them. But cleaning and litter is going in that far cabinet, and in the front cabinet is where dirty laundry is going to be put. I will do a full video so you guys can see that coming up shortly. So I cleaned one side of my coffee maker and figured, well, if one side needed to be cleaned, I might as well clean the other. So I did that. So there's my little bed on the floor. I also had work stuff of closing down 2022 and getting all my files and tax stuff ready so I can meet with our accountant. And that stuff is all piled up. And then my kiddo woke up. So he came and laid back down, and I just hunkered on the end of the couch, getting as much computer work as I could done and just focusing on him and getting better. So that's been, it wasn't what I expected the beginning of the year to bring for us, but that is where we're at. We are now on December 12th. This started on the 3rd or the 2nd, and we are all feeling better now. So I'm ready to get back into it, and I'm excited to have you guys join me on the way. We didn't start the way we expected, but we're gonna end it on a much higher note. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.